Look, it was at that moment that I knew you were never getting this.
Because he ain't paid for your daughter food?
Today I will be reacting to a video of a woman who says she would not give a man any play unless he buys her kids McDonald's. Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before we get started, I want you to watch the entire video. If you like the video, comment, like, subscribe at the end of the video. But first, watch the entire video. Next, I would not be talking about all women. It just feels like it. Okay, today I'm going to be reacting to a video of a woman who claims that she would not give a man any play unless he buys her kids McDonald's. All right, this is what I want to say to a lot of you guys out there. All right. A lot of you guys put baby moms on a pedestal as well because a lot of you come from single mothers. So you have a natural attraction to these type of women. This is going to be your downfall in life. I'm letting you know that right now. Because most guys who are raised by single mothers, your mother has taught you to be a guy that other girls do not want. Understand that. The way you treat your mom, you're supposed to treat a woman like that, but most women that you're going to chase are going to be just like your mom, and they're not going to recognize what you are, especially in the African American community. This is why a lot of you guys, you go over to other race of women and it feels like a fresher breath air. You take a man who has a feminist mom. The first thing he's going to do is date a white woman, because when he dates a white woman, it's going to feel so much better. Everything that your mom taught you to be as a man actually works on white women, right? It works on Spanish women. You could be nice. You could be a little baby, but it doesn't work at all when it comes to African American women. That's what most of you guys fail. But when it comes to these baby mothers, I always tell dudes, baby mothers are typically just good friends for the weekend, once or twice a month. You're not supposed to be trying to be the king of that castle at all right? And this is a prime example of that in this video. It's because no matter how many kids women have in the African American community, they still feel privileged. Only a woman with 5 or 6 kids is walking around single, proud to be single, thinking she can still date Drake. It's a delusion that has to be broken. But as long as there's the internet, it's only going to get worse. All right, let's get to the review.
From a man's perspective, tell me if this is just way out of pocket. And this is why we talking prenuptials and shit. On the first date, I had to get my daughter something to eat before he took me out. So I was like, can you run me by the McDonald's real quick because I'm running behind, woo woo. We get to McDonald's. All she got was her classic, a milkshake, 4-piece nugget, and a small fry. When the lady at the window asked for the bread,
it's like, where's that?
Yeah.
Nigga, you said run me through McDonald's real quick so we can. Yeah, nigga, you gonna pay for it.
I'm sorry. Okay. I think that's the.
Okay, I absolutely agree with him. If you take a woman somewhere for her child and she claimed she was gonna buy stuff and she had to take care of this, she's responsible for paying for the child, especially if it's just a date. I do not want you guys to get caught up into thinking that you're supposed to take care of a woman and her kids and have her pressuring you to be at, unless you're and have you pressuring to pay for her kids to prove that you're a real man. Don't do that. Whenever a woman tries to make you prove yourself by doing something financially, it's always a lie, because the Chad and Tyrone that got her pregnant, or the guy that didn't care about her that she throws herself at, he spent no money. So why should you spend money and not even get the same results that he's gonna get for free? Most baby moms, to be honest with you, they're just easy pussy.
Already, that was the first problem.
Ain't no problem.
I was at that moment.
That's your problem.
Look, and it was at that moment. Now, I had the bread,
paid for the.
and I even asked him, did he want anything? But look, it was at that moment that I knew you were never getting this pussy.
Because he ain't paid for your daughter food?
Fuck you on the first date.
So honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you. My boss was here, knew I was having a sleepover for my daughter. He was like, "Oh, that's what you know. I'll order her pizza."
That's why most of the relationships they cheat.
But
on.
like,
That's why.
You guys ever notice I never did any debates with black women or women in general? All right, there's a reason for that. Why I don't do debates, why I don't do collaborations, and why I don't do these things, especially when it comes to women. I personally feel like when you're discussing relationships, talking to black women is a waste of time. And the reason why is because they do not have a history of being wives. They don't have a history of being girlfriends for long periods of time. The black community only got worse as time evolved. So there's no reason of arguing with them when they have not been properly trained to be in a relationship. So their souls are always for sale because they're always in survival mode, which is why when they gain money, they gain success, they go back and date the black guy that's on the lowest of the totem pole, the guy that has no money, because it's easier for them to control. I'm just letting guys know out there, these type of debates that we're doing reaction videos on, you ever notice it's always just black and black men and black women majority of the time in the dating world? And the reason for that is because other race of people outgrow that phase. Your average Chinese, Arabs, white, by the time they're 30 years old, you don't see too many of them single walking around. In your 20s, you're going to see it, and you're going to think everyone's going to be like that forever. But in the 30s now, they still have the least amount of people that are actually single.
Most relationships, they cheat on you with somebody at work because of shit like that.
I'm
gonna pay for the doing it. Yeah, I'm gonna pay for all that. And I'm pretty sure you want some young pussy. What do you mean?
Well, you were paying for it when you wouldn't have to be making sense.
I was single at the time, but I'm gonna tell you what
I was just saying
I get what you said.
I will fuck your boss up.
All right, now for the future, when it comes to baby moms, listen here, guys. If you're gonna deal with a baby mom, you want to date her for a year. You don't need to meet the kid and you don't need to meet the baby father. And the only time you're going to spend money is if it's just you and her. But you have to understand, a lot of women have a prostitution mindset. So they're gonna, especially in the African American community, she's only gonna act what she thinks you is. Your average black girl can be around a guy talking to him like he's nothing and then find out he's a millionaire. She'll change her whole mood up. Right? And then she'll start to submit because their souls are always for sale. I keep trying to tell you dudes, you got to avoid these women, bro. You have to avoid black women, light-skinned women at all costs now. They're only good for sex, if that. They're not good at building a household, getting behind you, helping you support a business, learning to sacrifice. They're never that. They're all narcissists. It's all about me, and my kids that I had a baby with a guy that I probably don't know or that I really like that didn't want me. They're programmed to being breeders. That's exactly what society wants them to be. Breeders who complain. It's just a lot of you guys are so weak. You just keep running back to these type of women, putting them on a pedestal. But when they walk in a room with me, they know to shut the fuck up. This is Anthony Spade. Hopefully you was able to get the message. Comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels. Remember, avoid them baby moms. And if you deal with them, just make it a weekend thing. Hasta la vista. Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before we get started, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And then go ahead and hit that like button. Okay, today we're going to be talking about why Asian women are going to be winning in 2020. All right? The reasons why Asian women are going to be winning in 2020. My reason? They have their own identity. Especially when it comes to looks. You don't see them trying too hard to look like white women, and even if they try to look like another ethnic group, they cannot pull it off. They have their own identity. Even when they do their makeup, they all look the same. They want to look like that enema character. Hey, they can pull it off. Other race of women cannot pull it off. That's one of the reasons why I think they're going to win this year, is because they're going to stand out even more. Secondly, Asian women are very traditional. They're very submissive. They're the type that's not trying to overpower their man. They're always seeking a masculine man. And most Asian women are going to date outside of their race because they feel like Asian men are too feminine for them. Not all Asian men, but majority of Asian men, they feel like is feminine. So they're always seeking a alpha male. See, another reason why they're going to win is because there's no romance. See, you can't be a simp with an Asian woman. Romance comes from Greek culture, which is what Western civilization is under. But on the Eastern side, they don't have any romance. That's how come you don't see romance in the Middle East. You don't see romance in a lot of part of Asia. It's just not part of their culture. Those women are used to being behind their man and being submissive to their man. They love cleaning the house. They love getting the newspaper for their man. They love providing for their man. They love showing their man that they are the best woman that they can be. Majority of these feminist Asian women that you're going to see are the ones that come to the States and go to college with white women, go to college with black women and other groups, and then they fall under that ideology. But one thing about an Asian woman, she only visits that ideology for a certain little bit of time, but she always goes back to her traditional side because her culture embraces the traditional side. So when you're dealing with an Asian woman, you're less likely to see her trying to overpower you. You're less likely to see her trying to dominate you because it's not part of their culture. Another reason why they're going to win, Asian women are barely fat. They barely get out. They eat healthy. They have a good, healthy diet. This is why you don't see too many fat Asian women. And when you do see them, only black guys like them. You know, oh man, no one sees an Asian woman with a booty, he's gonna like her. But for the most part, most Asian women are short, small, and petite, and they really watch what they eat. You're also dealing with a smart woman. You're dealing with women who embrace on intelligence. They embrace on knowledge. So not only if she's smart, she's going to be very traditional and very submissive. And this is going to start looking good this year as men start to pull away from westernized women. Westernized women have really wore themselves out, and they're going to spend this year hurting themselves really bad. So Asian women and Middle Eastern women are going to start looking very attractive because you have more of those women who are still traditional, who still want to be a wife, who still wants to be submissive, who still only wants a masculine guy. But you're going to see a lot of Asian women this year winning big time, and they're going to win big time, especially with white men, because white men have a higher obsession and they have a higher fetish for Asian women. But Asian women also have a high fetish for white men. So you're going to see a lot of white men that win when it comes to Asian women. But Asian women as a whole, this is going to be their year to shine because they're going to be the last of a dying breed. Right? This is Anthony Spade. Tell me what you think about this situation in the comment section. Hasta la vista.